Here we go. Who the hell are you, man? Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
We are the knights!
Hold on to your butt.
And now for something completely different.
Hello out there, and welcome to the Night of the Nerd 2 podcast. We're a podcast for all things nerd. My name is Chris. I'm here with...
Putting on Hitler speeches to liven up this party. It's Sam.
Spider Bunny enthusiast John.
And just gonna go fishing for me a giant shark again. So it's Sean.
I like the references, everybody. Sam, yours is on point here. So welcome, folks. It's been a couple since we've last talked. But there's a couple of things we want to talk about this week. Big thing, Guardians 3 came out over the weekend. We also had an HBO show that was people were looking forward to. It started a couple weeks ago. White House Plumbers. So we also have trailers. Yes. All right, we'll do some trailers this week. One thing in news, and we'll hit that old Triple C. Chris's complaint corner.
Yes.
In a little bit. I'd like to mark the time. Somebody note the time, please.
God. Okay. You got it.
All right.
What, are you going to kill someone?
Let's start with we start with news. We'll save Guardians for last. The news, I think we talked about it, but I don't think it was official. Like the Writers Guild is actually on strike now.
Yeah, we got the official strike.
It was kind of debated and we kind of talked about it just a little bit, but Writers Guild is officially on strike.
Yep.
People say it's going to be a long one because nobody's really budging on whatever the discussions are. Mm-hmm. We have thoughts about what happened last time in around 2007 or 8. There were some movies. There were some movies that everybody noticed had writer strike repercussions for this. Anything that you guys think off the top of your head that is going to be affected by this that you
they
are going to be
announced
upset
one
by?
thing that is going to upset me that has already been affected, which is Deadpool 3.
Already affected by
already
strike.
affected. They already said production is shut down.
Yeah. So
which really sucks.
Somebody said Blade has stopped.
Okay.
Totally just because of the writer's strike.
Well, I would assume Blade is not the only MCU thing.
No,
that's
they did say there are several,
halted here.
but I would say the biggest name is Deadpool 3 for MCU.
So I heard somewhere else that the final season of Stranger Things is not going to be shooting.
Well, it's on pause.
It's on pause until this is sorted out.
Okay.
But I don't think they're even halfway done shooting yet.
Because I think the Duffer Brothers aren't on set and they're that show, so they're not gonna. A lot of what some people or what some production companies like Disney, I guess, had sort of sent this out there of, obviously there's producers and writers, and oftentimes they're the same person. And doing the okay, well, don't be a writer, just be a producer.
Never gonna happen.
And obviously people were very uncomfortable with that, it's tough to sort of differentiate the two to begin with. So I think the Duffer Brothers were like, nah, kid, we're just gonna sit this one out. This happened with Andor, where it was reported, I don't know if this was ever confirmed, but it was reported that Tony Gilroy, who's essentially the showrunner, writer, producer of that, Disney was doing the same thing of don't write, just produce. And he sort of came out yesterday and was actually, no, I'm going to step away from production and someone else is going to handle it, which sucks. I mean, it sucks in the purpose of the thing being good. I understand why they're doing it. I mean, we sort of talked about this a couple weeks ago. This isn't one side has one number, one side has another number, and there's far apart. There's a lot of issues that are just in some ways just existential. Yeah. That it's going to take a while. Yeah. It's going to take a while to sort it out.
Do you think I'm going to just throw out a couple. Do you think things are going to be affected by it? Joker 2.
No, because that was filming.
Yeah, I think they're done production with that.
Okay.
So
I think most things was Joker slated for this year.
No, next
No,
year.
Yeah,
I
probably
believe.
just like some CGI and stuff.
Yeah, post
stuff.
Yeah.
Just think of movies that
Probably next year.
that's why-
End of next year, probably.
Yeah, movies
You know-
that are like there's a lot of movies out there, and you'll hear it where during production of them, like filming, they have to do rewrites. So that's the issue. That
Well,
issue.
yeah, you
there's
need
going to be
somebody to-
zero
yeah.
rewrites because no one's writing the script.
I mean, the more direct impact is obviously like TV.
TV, yeah,
You know?
Well, yeah,
Late night
late night has
television.
already been
Yeah.
affected by it. So
yeah.
Yeah, no Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Oh, I was really
Well,
looking for
it's
Pete
not-
Davidson
it's like
too.
Jimmy
I was-
Kimmel. It's everybody.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
last
yeah,
week tonight with John Oliver. And
I was just, Chris, sitting in the movie theater last night watching the previews. I was just so thankful that the Transformers movie got in before.
yeah. Hopefully this one's not.
That's a
affected.
writing heavy movie.
Yeah. Although I did actually hear, as crazy as this sounds, the second one, a lot of people do blame for being so like incongruous on the writer strike. Because like, okay, say what you want. The first Transformers movie, for what it was,
Oh yeah.
like nailed or did what it was supposed to do.
Right.
Like the car ran.
Yeah.
Not to
Right.
use a
it was
pun.
just it was
I love
very
that movie.
Michael Bay.
yeah, and kind of dumb, but
Right,
it worked.
Right.
You
Yes.
know?
Yes.
No,
Wow.
but it was
Oh,
Sam,
yeah,
it
sure.
was
Yeah.
phenomenal. That movie was awesome.
Fair enough. The second one is like a train wreck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
yeah.
And like, I'm sure the writing, even with the writers, probably couldn't totally salvage it. But yeah, I could see that.
What do you-
Or especially like,
Who do you think wrote the line "I'm under the thing's scrotum"?
That was improv. That's improv.
but to go back to Joker, that's kind of a same sort of weird thing because, like, I mean, it's funny to call Todd Phillips an auteur, but like, he is, writer, director, producer. Right.
Yeah.
It's like, which hat is he? It's like the Catholic Church. You can't split them apart. It's all one thing.
Yeah.
Let's go have some chips and wine.
All right. Then another big one. Do we think we could have flashed this year?
Well, the Flash is done.
I know. I'm just
yeah.
being.
I talk about. I mean,
that would be hilarious if WB was like, "Oh, writer strikes affected us.
Yeah,
I was
right.
gotta push it back."
I was gonna bring this up partly when we're doing the Guardians, but my God, that a lot of the trailers last night just sucked the all life out of me.
What'd
Flash
you
was
get?
one.
Flash.
Transformers. I did get Oppenheimer, so that one was
Yeah,
good.
Oppenheimer was there.
Did get Dune as well, which
Yeah,
Oh,
got
wow.
Dune.
spoil.
Got some Disney.
Yeah, some
Fire
Pixar
Elementals.
ones.
The new Pixar movie.
Yeah,
Elementals.
That actually seemed okay.
Then there was Asteroid City. Got that
I didn't
one.
get Asteroid City.
I have no idea what Asteroid City is.
Transformers. If we
Yeah,
ever mentioned
Transformers.
that. What else was there?
Where did you go, Chris?
A couple more.
You went to.
I went to a brand new theater. First time I've been to this theater.
Oh,
Which one?
It was the one in Gillette Stadium.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
first time
That's
I've
a
been
nice-
there.
It's a nice stadium.
it's
It's
a
nice.
brand new
It's nice.
theater that's like almost 20 years old now.
Right.
But it's
That's-
also like I have to go past.
yeah.
There are 5 other theaters closer than
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So
We saw the lighthouse,
Lighthouse
at that
there,
one.
yeah. I think that was
Yeah.
the last time I went there.
It is.
it was
the
nice.
last time-
It's nice to see theaters with escalators in them.
Right. No,
I really like
that.
that.
Is a beautiful theater that I feel like never has anyone in it.
Yeah, I just
I've gone to it a few times.
You know
and
what-
it's
the only
always
time
good.
I go there is for like really obscure like indie movies
Right,
that
yeah.
like are only shown at
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
can go anywhere to go see Transformers.
So like it I guess this is included in news, but like Return of the Jedi is celebrating 40 years, and it's being re-released as the theatrical version, I believe. And I believe that theater is the only one close to us that's actually.
Yeah.
I think it's
like,
already
playing it.
happened.
It did already happen,
Yeah.
like,
And it
week or
was
two
like
ago.
it was. I think it was like the second biggest release in the country or something like that, on like 500 screens or something.
Yeah.
Like a somewhat.
Good. Well, I think it's
limited
still
release.
happening for a few
Oh,
weeks.
is it? Okay.
Because I looked into tickets for it, and I was like, I don't feel like driving all the way to Gillette.
Yeah, I
Was
mean,
that 50 years? No,
40.
40.
40 for return.
It only took a short period of time to get there. It wasn't that bad, but
No, but
It's
I mean,
not.
It's,
It's
farther
not too
from
bad.
here.
I've never gone to pulled the switch and gone to Bellingham though.
that's a
The
nice
Regal.
one. I like.
I was
that
looking
one.
at that one. The ticket price was $19. You know how much I paid last night? $5.
Yeah, I spent.
Yeah.
Really? Where'd you go?
I don't know if it's a Star Pass or a birthday thing. But
Oh.
North Attleboro.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you were at that. You know what? I had to go to Gillette because our theater
Oh, it sells out.
It was sold. It was sold out.
It's so small. I just sit in the. I don't want to say where. But
Okay. Yeah. No, I get it.
you're
Yeah.
not-
Yeah,
actually,
no, I
they
know
don't say
where it
you
is.
can't sit there. They're just if someone needs to sit there, you have to give them your seat.
Right.
Which like
Yeah,
I've
fair
never. I
enough.
think
Is it-
I've seen
so
like 2 people in a wheelchair.
Are
in
they
the theater ever.
still? So they're not like, was it choose your seat?
No, it's assigned
It's
seating.
assigned
It is
seats.
assigned
But
seating.
it's nice
okay.
seats though.
Right.
So and Gillette isn't right. Gillette's still the old ones, and those are
Assigned seats.
Assigned
those
seats,
are very
yeah.
well.
It-
But they're the
'cause-
old seats though, right?
Seats
Yes.
were not fantastic, actually. By the way,
No,
That
they're
was-
they're terrible. I saw Avatar in that theater. I wanted to kill myself when I got
yeah,
out of
it
there.
was not the most comfortable. The cushions
I
were
had
like
a
sticking.
similar
and,
experience, but
they're
it wasn't the
very-
chair that did that.
It's like the Providence one is super run down now too. Although
it?
I think they're like in the process of redoing
The
it,
Regal-
but,
the
like,
Regal
I saw
one in Bellingham is
Thor.
nice.
I saw Thor in there, and like also wanted to like kill my back at the end of that.
Oh,
Anyway,
Yeah,
way
but-
off on that one.
all right.
Writer strike, not great. Probably going to get worse.
Yes.
Definitely gonna get
Unless you
worse.
like reality TV, then it's gonna get better for you.
Part of me is a little like, I guess this could be a blessing for Marvel because I mean we'll get into it later. But like
Give
we all
some
know,
time to breathe.
Yeah, we kind of got that between Spider-Mans, which was nice. But like because of COVID and all, but I don't know. I think they just need like to actually focus on scripts for a little bit.
Well, it's going to be tough to do because the writers are on strike.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So
let's move on to
Yeah.
trailers here. Just one quick note about a trailer.
Okay.
Yes.
But that I got last night too. Hunger Games?
oh yeah,
Getting another one?
Prequel.
No idea why.
is it?
But
Okay.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
yeah, you know,
Why not?
let's suck all the YA stuff
Yeah.
out of it.
I mean, to be fair, it's
Last a
been
little
like
bit
10
here.
years.
Sure. I mean, as a Harry Potter fan,
Yeah,
I'm in
yeah.
the same boat, but it's just like, come on.
You have no reason to complain.
Yeah,
Did we
I
talk
should
about-
complain,
No
but
reason.
yeah.
Did we talk about how they want to do more Lord of the Rings movies?
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
yes, we did.
Very much so.
Oh, by the way, the writers have stepped away on that one, so
Cool.
that's going to definitely
Oh,
I'll
darn.
delay that.
change the outcome. Oh no, they're going to keep filming it but without writers. And I'm sure. It's,
You know what? It might be
I'm sure
better.
it's going
It
to
might be
show.
better.
I'm sure it's going to. Yeah, exactly. Can't get much worse. Did you guys see how like some absurd like only like 30% like got all the way through?
Really?
Who started it, finished it?
I am not one of the finishers. I could not finish that show.
I don't know if I did. I don't remember, which is not a great sign.
Yeah, I finished it.
I feel bad for Amazon because I feel like Amazon
I
does
don't.
put no. I'm not saying Lord of the Rings. I mean in general, like they put out some okay like TV, and I give it like 1 or 2, and I'm just like, and I'm done.
They really did put a lot of effort into Lord of the Rings.
They put a
I'll
lot of
give 'em
effort
cre-
into
like,
that.
You gotta,
The Boys I've heard is great. I gave it like a season.
yeah, that's right. Right. You're
Yeah, they
dropping
say
that
The
one.
Boys is like actually really good.
Right. I've seen clips, and it's hilarious at
The,
times.
the Chris
It's just-
Pratt show, few episodes for me,
no.
and I was out.
Yeah, that was awful.
I mean, I tried to watch Reacher. I'm like,
Yeah.
this whatever. I'll go watch something
See,
else.
I actually like that. I can't wait for the second season of Reacher. Okay, all right, we're
Anyway.
getting. All
really
right,
getting
trailers.
off
Let's
and-
hit Dune. I got Dune last night.
All
too.
right, dude.
Dune.
We finally got our trailer. Yes. That said, I really hope there's more throat singing in this. It
Oh,
seems
the-
like we kind of go back
that.
to that with the after the clips. Honestly, no idea what the hell is going on in this trailer, but I don't give a shit. Just give it to me.
Well, he wrote Shai Hulud, the sand snake.
Yeah, it's
Sandworm.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean
jeez.
that's spoiling things, but
What was in the trailer?
yeah, but they don't say what it is.
He's riding a
What-
worm.
Oh no, they say that he's riding one of the worms, but they don't
Yeah.
specify.
Oh no, they're all Shai Hulud, aren't they?
Are they?
I think
thought-
they are. I think
so-
it's like
no.
Sam-
As the
Sam-
person who's
yes.
actively
Yeah.
sort of reading it,
Our
trying to
Dune-
I
Dune
think
librarian.
Shia Lud is
It's the big one.
It's the big one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
that
pretty because
could be.
I remember getting to that part in the book, and that
Oh,
like
okay.
right around there, I was just
I'm
like,
literally
I'm
at the
done.
point where the movie ended.
Okay.
And I was
This just
we were
sounds
watching
so
the trailer
boring.
earlier, and I was about to mention what's his name, Silgar, Javier Bardem's character in that.
Yeah.
Whenever I read his character's lines, it's always in Javier Bardem's accent.
Yeah. You know, because I read a lot of comics, I do the same thing with characters.
See, that's where movies come in handy because it gives a voice.
Gives me
to,
a voice to
yeah.
the character in my
Yeah.
head. I love that.
well, Dune.
Yeah.
lot of new faces.
Yeah.
Got Florence Pugh. We got Leah Seydoux. We got Austin Butler as I don't know how to say his name. He's played by Sting in the other one, which I will not watch until I see this one, just because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, as the was it the engineers from Prometheus?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know if I even have anything to say of just like feed it to me,
Yeah.
give it to me.
It's
Yeah.
more Dune vibes.
I'm
I
happy
just can't
we're all
wait.
forced to see this in theaters. I will be seeing
It's-
this in IMAX.
Is
at
this?
least
I was
once.
gonna say, was this the trailer that said at the end filmed in IMAX?
Yes.
So I'm wondering if we should
All filmed in
we should
IMAX.
all
I'm-
go.
I'm
It was
fine.
so
Yeah,
good.
we'll
it
do
was
it.
so good. In
I'll
IMAX.
watch it. I know I'm like the skeptical one here for Dune because I don't know. The first one was good, but like it wasn't anything. Nothing happened.
See, I rewatched it like 10 times.
It's very much a vibe movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where it's like it's just the vibe of this.
Yeah.
thing.
No. Like everything
just
was
kind of the
great about
world.
it, but I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but there was
And-
no plot.
I mean,
But
I shouldn't
it's
say there was no
it's
plot, but
universe building.
It was 100% universe building because
I
not
will-
much happens.
I will say this: it seems like there's some plot in this one.
It
for
seems
you.
like
yeah, it
it.
seems like it's gonna move a little quick too.
We'll see.
At least the clip wise. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it. That's November. That's
Yeah.
For some reason that doesn't feel
How
that far off to
long?
us.
How long do you think this movie is?
That's a
220,
very
230.
good question. I feel like 2:30 is the minimum.
Yeah, I'm looking more like 3 hours.
You think?
I don't know if it's
I
gonna
think so.
top 3, but like 250 is
I,
definitely.
I would
can
say
play.
if it was between 3 hours and 2.5 hours, I'm leaning closer to 3.
You know what,
This
Denny?
is gonna be a long.
Give
movie.
me 4 with an intermission
Oh,
at 2.
God.
Once again, as the person who's reading this, and I'm at the part where like the movie ends.
Yeah,
Like there's like a third of the book left.
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
it's like
interesting.
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, but throat singing, Sam.
But
Oh
you know,
no,
on for
yeah.
a couple
Throat
minutes.
singing's great, and I just
It's
watched.
weird reading those in the book. You're like,
Yeah, yeah.
Is
And
it
it just
actually,
goes
is
on
it
for
actually
fi-
in the book?
No, no.
No, it's not actually in the book.
I was gonna say that's epic.
There's a lot of O's here.
You know, I need a book to read on the plane. So
there you go. Yeah, read
But
it.
I
then
mean, if I
again-
need something to put me
You
to
wanna
sleep,
sleep?
it sounds like
Yeah,
dude
there
is
you
gonna
go.
do
if
that.
it's action heavy, it almost reminds me of a quote from George Lucas in I think episode 2 documentary making of, where he's like, well, yeah, 10 minutes of the movie is just they fight in the script, so
right.
yeah, well, yeah.
it covers a lot of ground. It'll be interesting to see. I am so pumped. I hope they re-release the other one in IMAX right before.
Well,
I don't have to see it like consecutively,
Right before,
though.
yeah.
I actually do want to just like watch that one, then go to the movie to see the other one.
You want to go right
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
it?
Straight
I
there.
would not mind
Like a
watching
movie
both.
day,
Yeah.
just a movie day.
And,
Yeah.
and I just watched I think it was Variety on their YouTube channel. They had this thing of Hans Zimmer explaining him writing the music of it, which is just like you guys. I don't know if you guys have
For what,
watched-
the first or the second one?
first one.
Oh yeah.
Hans Zimmer.
Where
My guy.
he's just like explaining, it's like, yeah, like most sci-fi movies just have like this Western orchestral soundtrack, and I was like, no, I want something like very ethnic and like them
Yeah.
inventing instruments and stuff, and just him explaining how they like came up with all the sounds.
the
And
reason why he won the Oscar.
but it's like it's a really cool
Killed
video.
it.
All right.
Love that.
Speaking of another hyped up movie trailer,
Okay.
Big Fish eats
Yeah.
other big fish.
Yes.
Meg 2, The
Yes.
Trench
Yes.
is coming out this year.
Yes.
When did I wrote the date down? I'm sorry.
I-
August. It's
so,
a summer
like,
blockbuster.
There was what, like a CinemaCon that was like 2 weeks ago or something like that. It was like right after our last pod that we did. But it was like a CinemaCon.
It might
or
have
something.
been, yeah.
But they released that trailer, and I remember somebody writing an article about it, and I was like, they released a trailer? And I was like searching YouTube for it, and all that I was getting was fan-made trailers, which, if you've ever been stuck watching 30 seconds of a fan-made trailer, it pisses you off. Because you're like, at one point, you're like, wait a minute, this is 5 different movies.
Oh yeah.
So, like, when you sent that, I was like, finally. And I watched the crap out of that. And, oh, man, I'm so
So,
excited.
so we've dropped all pretenses, and this is just a Fast and Furious movie.
Yes. With
Uh,
bigger animals. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, now they're walking on the ocean floor, like under the trench.
That's right.
Which I'm like,
we've
sure,
upped it.
why not?
We've upped this.
Yeah.
Very, very hardcore.
There was that scene where she's like, "Don't worry, it's megalodon proof," and it like jumps through the thing and eats her. I was like, "Yes!"
Yeah.
Which, as somebody who is terrified of sharks and the deep ocean, I love this. Like the first movie's amazing.
And it looks like we're getting like land animals.
Yeah, so it looks like we're getting some kaiju. Like, I'm
Yeah,
so
it's,
excited.
like-
I mean, it opens with the T-Rex getting eaten,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, that's-
amazing.
Because, Megalodon could do that.
Yeah,
Sure,
like,
why not?
I'm pretty sure sharks wouldn't beach themselves. to
Well,
get
I mean,
food.
if you want to go
Technically, there are species of sharks that do beach themselves.
Which sharks?
whales do.
The killer whales.
Killer whales do, but there are sharks that kind of linger in
Oh,
the
yeah,
shallows.
yeah.
And they have the ability to
Kind of swim backwards.
not so, like they'll hunker down until like tide comes back in, and then they can go back out.
well,
It's a
that-
small. It's not big. It's
that-
like maybe a foot.
But
and
I
a
know,
half. It's
like,
not-
But
the
that's not
Meg-
really beaching yourself to get food.
I mean, actually, isn't there? Is that
What?
a shark that can? No, I think it's octopus.
What?
Where they can actually walk across.
Oh, that's an octopus.
That's an octopus.
No,
if you
I
think
could have
about
swore
it.
there was a shark species that was able to do that from like the ponds. The
Are you thinking of like a
what-
lungfish or something?
I don't remember the name. I could have swore there was a,
A
shark
mud
species
skipper?
similar to that though. But they can go from like what are those like tide pools? Tide pools.
Yeah.
Tide pool to tide pool. I know octopus can do that.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there was a shark species that could.
Maybe there was. Stay tuned for our Sharks of Nerditude podcast.
Sean, I'm going to give you
Yes.
20 seconds to respond to this.
Sure.
Did you see the trailer for the Tommy Wiseau shark movie?
I did not.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that what the heck was it called?
I did
The
hear
Room?
that.
No. there was a movie. Is it out in theaters right now? I think
What? Oh,
something Black
Black
Death?
Death.
Black Death. Is
Yeah.
that the Tommy? That's
No,
not.
that's
No.
not. That's not the Tommy Wiseau.
Okay. Yeah, I did hear about Black Death.
Because that just
but-
seems so up your alley for
Oh,
any
yeah.
number of reasons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. But yeah, this trailer, it just like goes to 11 and doesn't give a crap. And I'm 100% behind this movie. Like, give me Jason Statham. I mean,
Jason Statham kicks a shark in this.
yeah, like
Oh,
he's
the Black Demon. is
Black
what it's
Demon. That's what it
called.
is.
Black Demon.
Yeah. No, this movie is going to be. I mean, the first one did surprisingly well in the box office.
My only issue with this is the first one had this sort of campy self-awareness to it.
Oh, yeah.
Like with Rainn Wilson there.
Yeah.
And it was just like him being like a crazy billionaire and stuff. Where it's like, are we just dropping that and we're just going straight for like Fast and Furious?
Yes, please.
Which like
Fast and Furious with sharks. I'm okay with it.
It's called an epilot shark.
Oh, an epilogue. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my Shark Week.
Yeah, no,
Really
yeah,
good.
That sounds
you're the
fancy.
shark guy, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's like a French shark or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. A very
I did
European.
epilogue with the.
it's
pink-
wearing a beret.
Across-
and smoking
there
a
it is. It's
cigarette.
crawling.
Yeah.
Look at that! It's a tiny shark, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. It's not that. It's not. That's
It's
not
a
big at
small
all.
shark.
It's the shark smoking a cigarette and wearing a beret.
Oh, you stupid American sharks!
You don't know the sophistication of walking on the dry land.
Great right, you'll come in here.
Of course, Indonesia. So
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The French were over there.
Do you think we could ever get Vin Diesel to make the Street Sharks movie?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You think he's the narrator? Have you guys seen that commercial?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's it.
Picture
I
of the
believe
Street
you
Shark.
showed it to
Vin
me.
Diesel with hair talking about the Street Shark
does
toys.
Vin Diesel have
Yes.
to stop writing the Riddick movie now?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean,
He held up the script, right?
yeah,
One of his
Yeah,
Instagrams.
no,
was-
I mean, it's happening because like after he's using Fast and Furious money to like.
Hey,
to-
look, he can
Hey.
use it for whatever
Hey,
he wants.
Exactly.
Dude, make as many as you
we
want.
got 10 movies
Like,
out of him
yeah,
for that.
no,
so-
and like I cannot wait for Furia. Like that movie's going to be amazing.
it's
As long as it's
well.
R-rated.
Let's keep it.
Wait, for what?
Furia, the last Chronicles of Riddick
Oh,
movies.
I thought this was a Furious movie.
No.
no.
I mean,
Well, I thought this was the sequel to Fury Road.
I mean, we are
That's a-
one. We
that's
are
a
one
different
Luda
one.
array
Yeah,
from
it's
from
Furiosa,
Furia being
right?
a fast
yeah,
movie.
that's
Yeah.
Furiosa.
Okay. Any other trailers?
No, but can
Or
we sum this up? Note
What?
the time.
Note the time.
24
24
minutes. This is exactly how long I was watching trailers in the theater.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, yes. This is
Chris's
not
complaint
only
corner.
Chris's complaint corner.
This is everybody's complaint corner.
Yes.
Not mine,
I need
'cause Cinema
this.
World doesn't
so
do that.
let's call this
fine.
now. So I called out, and I didn't get any money for renting out movie theaters and all that other stuff. I'm calling out now. Fandango will at some point change their movie times. And then what they'll do is they'll say 8:00 movie. And then once you go in and pick your seat, or right before you pick your seat, as you're picking your seat, it will say 23 minutes of movie trailers.
Okay, Chris.
Or 18 minutes of movie trailers.
Chris, do you know how you can tell on now? So you go to Showtime or Showcase Cinema, no free ads. Their movie run length, you got to check that up against the IMDb run length because their run length includes trailers.
Wow.
So like Guardians of the Galaxy, 2 hour 55 minutes according to them. It's a 2.5 hour movie.
But that also requires like an extra step.
For sure.
Just put
sure.
Just put the time in. Each theater has their own. It's standard trailers for every movie.
Yeah.
How can you not just simply put it there
Here's
and have it?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
it's a lot of trailers. It's a lot to ask on a weeknight when, I went to go see an 8:00 movie, didn't start to 8:25, and then is 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Gets me out at 11. Guys, I don't even have kids, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is way too late.
But it's not even that. It's with me with kids. It's just I was rushing to get there.
Yeah.
Even though I
yeah.
knew there were trailers, I'm like, but it's like I love sitting and watching trailers. I love watching trailers, but some nights I just need to just go and watch the movie. And it's all assigned seating now. Like everybody has a set seat. It's not like you have to show up early to get a seat. Because if I went to the theater at the time I would have gotten a theater for the one you went to, I wouldn't have been able to sit down. All the seats would have been full.
Yeah. I wonder what commercials are one thing, right?
Yeah,
I
there's always
wonder-
that like screen time.
No, there were no commercials. It was all trailers.
Well, there's
No.
commercials before that.
Before the
trailers.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
my screen
But
was blank,
the thing with trailers now, they're so like out there on the internet.
Exactly,
I've already
yeah.
seen half of these.
They're not
What's
being
really
dropped.
the draw?
Yeah.
Because like you put 25 minutes of trailers 4 times a day, you could almost get another showing out of it.
yeah,
You
I get that you want people to finish their popcorn and go buy more, or I get that,
Sure.
because I did wolf down my popcorn before the movie even started, but
We all been there,
like
brother.
I
Never
get
been
it.
able
It's
to do
just
that. I don't know why.
it's just
I always finish
some
like
of us
2/3
don't
of my
need.
popcorn.
Some of us don't.
Half.
Like you gotta give a little bit to the person buying your
Yeah.
ticket here.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job, and I mean the run times of the movies don't help either, but they're doing a great job of making this like super inaccessible. Especially now too. There's like 2 showings of like the movie at like 7 and 8, and it's like, okay, well I didn't make that. I'm not gonna go see 9:30. God no.
Yeah.
That's way too late.
Yeah,
That's
Not
like
a lot
us
of
going to
people-
see Eternals and getting out of there at like 12:30 on like a Thursday
was-
and just wanting to like kill
that
myself.
was awful.
So glad I didn't join
that
you
was
guys.
awful.
Yeah.
So glad.
That was one of the all-time worst movie going experiences of just when is this going to end?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, Chris could play corner.
No, that-
Fandango needs
Yeah.
they need to start doing that.
Here's the thing that Sam will back me up on. The local cinema that we have does not do that.
Yeah, we get like 4 or 5 trailers. Bam.
It's usually 4.
Yeah, you're
sometimes
usually
3.
18 minutes, probably
No,
a little bit less.
No,
Less.
it's like 10 minutes.
Oh,
and the
see,
start time
was
is pretty
doing
close
18.
to what is
Yeah.
advertised.
I mean,
it's not exact, but
there was
that's fine
one
too.
time that it was exact, and that was when it was the most recent Thor. Because we literally walked into the
Right,
movie
yeah,
theater.
'cause we're like,
at
yeah,
the
sure, we'll be able to
There's gonna be
let-
trailers. There's usually, and we walk in, we're like, oh crap, Gore's on screen. Like,
Yeah, we
run
missed
to
like
your
the first part of this movie.
Yeah, we missed like the death scene. It was like him crying. We're like, what happened?
No. Well, yeah, you missed a few minutes then.
Yeah, it was started on time.
Like
it was,
8:00.
Well, so
you
we go
factored in
Tuesday,
trailers.
so it was like
You
1
factored
or
in
2 or
trailers.
something.
it was like 1:45 on a Tuesday. It started at like 1:45.
And you guys
No
missed
trailers.
I don't know. We weren't in there. It
mi-
started at that time.
You
It
missed
was
the
crazy.
Marvel Studio crawl too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was crazy how they started on time. I think we were like 2 or 3 minutes late. And
Yeah,
we're like, we're fine.
I remember being like a little late, but being like, who
Yeah,
cares?
trailers. Who cares?
Oh, well.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Anyway, we gotta keep it moving here. White House Plumbers.
Do we want to do his?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so-
yes, Sean, go quick.
I'll go really quick.
Cocaine
So
Bear.
I watched Cocaine Bear, which
Coco.
is Cocaine Bear.
Okay, then.
which is a movie. Was it produced by
Elizabeth Banks, right?
No, Elizabeth Banks
directed it.
directed it. It was produced by what's their faces, Clone High,
Lord Miller.
Lord Miller. So they produced it. So I saw that and I was like, damn it, this is gonna be good. Because I like their movies, even when they're producing, they do a good job. So I went in, I sat, I pulled it up on was that Peacock or whatever, and I was like, I gotta watch it. I watched it. And guys, it is two things. One, really gory, like a lot gorier than I thought. Like Mitch from Modern Family is in it, and he like dies in like 5 minutes.
Mitch from.
The brother. Mitchell.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, like he just dies like really quick. But yeah, really gory death scenes, like incredible. The other thing that I realized from this movie, not funny.
I'm sure it was trying to be.
Like, I don't even know if it was trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Like, it just wasn't funny. And I'm like very disappointed in this movie because it's about a bear that takes a lot of cocaine and goes on a killing spree. That's hilarious. How do you make a movie that's not funny about that premise? I don't get it.
Unless it was based on a true story.
It's sort of loosely based on a true story.
I mean, there was a bear once who did a lot of cocaine.
Yeah, it was a bear. So like the premise is right.
I've seen Yogi.
Yeah, right. No, so like the true story behind it is the guy's flying an airplane, dumps out a lot of coke out of it. A bear found it, ate it, and as the story goes, for a brief moment, it was the apex predator of the world. The problem is it died in 5 minutes from cocaine overdose.
Yeah.
Like that was the problem. But in this movie, it's like, but what if it didn't? And that is a hilarious concept.
Can you imagine having that bear carcass like on your mantle? Just
Oh,
like
yeah. This is the
brown,
cocaine
a
bear.
brown bear with just massive white powder.
I mean,
all over
it
his
is. Yeah, it is.
Eyes are just like
right.
like
giant
saucers.
bloodshot.
It's got a cigarette hanging out of its mouth.
All
some
zooted to
glasses.
hell.
like massive heart on.
It's trying to start a band for some reason.
It's got like one of those like boater hats on. Basically Johnny Depp from Las Vegas.
I've been getting a lot of the previews for that because I've been actually watching Peacock for some reason. I've been checking out that new Pete Davidson show. That's actually not too bad. But yeah, I keep getting the things for Cocaine Bear.
I
I'm like,
cannot
nah, man, it
recommend this.
doesn't.
I do
Okay.
not recommend this
Okay.
movie.
What's your score?
Probably like a 6.2.
Okay.
Like I was very disappointed in this.
Glad
movie.
I'm skipping over that then.
Yeah.
Tough but fair. Okay. All right. White House Plumbers, HBO,
Speaking
Watergate.
cocaine.
Yeah.
No. Speaking of the war on drugs, bam, got back to Nixon.
That's more Reagan.
Yeah, Nixon started
Nixon
the war on
started it.
drugs.
He dead? Okay.
Yeah. So, all right.
That was a big end war guy. But anyway, yeah, so White House Plumbers, another entry into the seemingly undying Nixon verse the past few years, because we had the Pentagon Papers. There was this Stars one about Watergate called Gaslit, which I didn't even check out.
We had Dick from like 15
that
years
was
ago.
Yeah,
Or
Fro-
20.
That was 20 plus.
Frost Nixon was
Frost
more recent than
Nixon,
that.
Yeah, Frost
Futurama.
Even like I don't know.
Even the
Watchmen.
bonus level of not Left 4 Dead.
Call of Duty,
Call of
Black
Duty,
Ops.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of Nixon.
Why
You're
is
right.
he
A lot
here?
of
A
Nixon.
lot of
stuff.
Nixon. Anyway, so essentially, this is kind of a. It's definitely not All the President's Men. It's a little bit different of a vibe. Which, by the way, also streaming on HBO. I've watched that movie now 1.5 times in the last month. Oh, it's so good. It's
Really?
so good. I know
I
why. Well,
did
you say
rewatch
it's
it.
probably one of your dad's. What was one of his favorites, right? I remember he described it as the scariest movie of all time at one point.
I mean, like, he would definitely describe it that. I don't know if it was one of his favorites, but definitely, like,
He described
A
All the
movie
President's
he-
Men as one of the scariest movies of all time.
you met my dad, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to.
It's definitely a dramatic effect or a rhetorical
Yeah.
way of putting it. Not, watch out for Woodward. Anyway, solid movie though. But anyway, so White House Plumbers definitely going more satirical, comedic route with Woody Harrelson, who I don't know why. I just like when Woody Harrelson pops up and stuff. You know.
He's definitely a fun actor.
Yeah, and like this is. I think the casting here is like phenomenal.
It's really spot on. Right?
Justin Theroux is G. Gordon Liddy, and then more or less everybody else who shows up in like the wider Nixon world is just. It's like just been impeccable, and it's like kind of like a great cast too. Like Domhnall Gleeson has just been in it for like. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna play a wider role, but like he just shows up for like one line in the first episode, and it's been really enjoyable. It's one of those where it's like, yeah, it's pretty funny, man, but like it's really good, and just this sort of like it's almost like in a way like sort of like Death of Stalin of like these people are just kind of like hopeless like fuck ups and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
it's like it's probably not the most like in the sort of like evil versus dipshit like scale, it might not be finely tuned to reality.
Well, I was gonna say you were like mentioning like everybody showing up in this, and like as sort of your history nerd kind of guy, this very much feels like a Marvel movie.
Yeah, kind of.
Because like Mark Felt shows up
Yeah.
in this, and I'm like, what? He's Deep Throat.
I seen the other one. That's actually, I literally said to my girlfriend, "That's Deep Throat," because like we had it on, and I guess she just wasn't watching it at all.
Wait, he was in this show right now. Who
Yeah,
was
Yeah,
he?
he was Gary Cole in the
Yeah.
like second or third scene of the movie.
Yeah.
when they're
Gary
talking
Cole.
to the FBI.
Yeah, where he's like, we don't just wiretap people just because you want us to.
Oh,
And they're like,
yeah.
we don't believe in polygraphs.
Polygraphs,
anymore.
yeah.
Can I offer some side input here as a historical fan, but also a realist here? So this shows this epitomizes the dumbness of the Nixon campaign, right? This show epitomizes that. But as you mentioned before, like we just had so much Nixon stuff, and I should know all these names and like the significance of some of these names, but I really am completely lost with some of these reference.
Well, Chris, you have to watch all of
characters'
the.
names. I've seen all the
the
President's
Dave
Men.
Filoni cartoons on Watergate.
I've seen all the President's Men like 5 or 6 times in the past 2 years.
Dude,
because you guys had me watch it we were doing something, I forget what we were doing, but like I actually enjoyed it and I watched it. And I watched it 5 or 6 times. And honestly, the movie is made for Nixon haters.
Oh yeah.
What is
movie
all the
itself-
President's Men?
All the President's Men is made for Nixon haters because
No,
they
I wouldn't say
they
that.
reference the names of a lot of the off-screen characters so much that
Right.
you need to
Oh, it's
know.
very hard to follow.
You
I've like
need to
only
know.
just now understanding it, and I like had seen it 2 or 3 times prior. Once like a few weeks ago, and now that I've been watching the other show, have gone back and like done a half rewatch, and like only now do I actually know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, see, and it's the same with this. It's the same with this.
Well, you're
It-
actually
it-
sort of seeing
and
the
you're
people, though.
you're putting names to faces and stuff, and you kind of know like some of the significance, like the AG, and I forget his name, but like the AG
John
is
Mitchell.
very involved
Yeah.
with this because he
Yeah.
was I think he was like ran the campaign to
Yeah, he was the
re-elect Nixon.
campaign manager.
So like I understand the significance of this, but there's like a lot of other names where it's just like, should I care? Or like people are. It's almost like you're forcing me to know that this person is really significant, and I just don't care.
I mean, I don't know if I found it that hard to follow.
White House Plumbers.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I think it's actually.
It's not hard to follow.
Yeah.
It's not hard to follow at all. Don't get me wrong. It's not hard to follow at all. But it's almost like, I don't want to say it's almost like preaching to us that these are significant names where like democracy almost fell down. And you need to know this.
See, I totally disagree with that. I think I kind of got a little tired, even though I don't totally disagree. Like, The Post is very huffy of, like, the movie The Post is very huffy of, like, oh, this is what it's like when democracy is at stake. Wake up, sheep. Like, very much, obviously,
Very
Yeah,
preachy.
well, that's
trying
very-
to,
The Post is
make
preachy.
an
I will give
allegory
you
to current days. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, that movie has whatever. And like I didn't exactly hate that movie either. I thought that was good for what it was. But like I like that this is just kind of dumb and funny. And like G. Gordon Liddy is just
Yeah.
like this like ridiculous self-serious figure who has an affinity for the Nazis.
Yeah, can we harp on that for a
so-
second? Is that
but
true,
not in any-
Sam? Is Liddy really?
I was trying to
Well,
like.
the candle thing is real because they mentioned that in well, I guess in all the President's Men. But
I don't know if any of that is real. I've never done a deep dive on everybody involved in Watergate. But like, my only issue with this movie is like, I kind of wanted this not movie show. Kind of want the show just to go to 11.
Go to 11.
Like, just go really fucking nuts with this, because it's like we've had so much of these like this realistic depictions of Watergate, and like of what I know about like the plumbers is these are just a bunch of dipshits.
right.
Who just like fucked up everything. Couldn't even get like a third-rate burglary done like properly.
Right.
And so like to just go crazy with them. And like we get some of that. And weirdly enough, the one moment it does go crazy, I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like this is a bit.
I think the poster boards, right, explaining the plot.
No. Mine was
The
what he-
break-in or the first break-in.
No. The moment I was like, I feel like it would work better if they didn't go here. Was when he just starts playing the Hitler speeches.
Oh,
But because I was like, I kind of wanted them just to be like him constantly bringing up German stuff
And never really,
and
like, dwelling on
you're
it.
just constantly like, this dude a Nazi? What's going on with him? I thought that would be funnier if they just kept like just quietly alluding to it rather than just like throwing it in your
blaring
face.
it in your face.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Quite literally blaring it in your face. But like, yeah, I'm enjoying it, but not as much as maybe I would want to.
Okay.
Right. I want to see. I don't know if they're going to get there in this show, but I do want to see after they get caught. I kind of want to just see
I
the,
think-
yeah,
and
I
the
think
potential,
that's-
because
yeah.
clearly they're going to say, well, we'll be protected by Nixon.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
say
Because
anything.
I think the break-in is the one they get caught is the one next week.
Is it? Yeah.
This
Okay.
week, I should say.
All right. Because yeah.
'Cause they definitely set that
alluded
up.
to that.
Because the
I just-
fallout gets pretty crazy because then they like abduct the attorney general's wife and all that and like kidnap her and yeah. That was, I guess, spoiler, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you can't really do that to
The
that.
NCU.
How much you guys really enjoyed the Cubans?
Oh, they're
Right?
great.
It's just
They're
it's-
like Cuban Three Stooges sort of deal.
Yeah.
It's like
well, I'm talking about how like they're junkies, so like they spread a bunch of pills, and it's like, well, why would they
Why would they do
go to a
that?
psychiatrist
get
office and
saved
leave
'cause-
pills there?
They get saved because the LAPD is just bad at their job.
right. I mean, after this show, just we need to take a break from the Nixon era.
Yeah, I'm kind of agree with you. Where
We're
it's like
beating it to a dead
okay,
horse at this point,
Can
and
we do something else?
I feel like there's more recent things you can make movies on. A little bit more divisive, I guess, but we gotta certain eras. We have to do eras and phases.
You gotta, if you're doing something more modern, you gotta give it like at least 15 years.
Right? So the Bill Clinton, the impeachment thing on FX, phenomenal. Did any of you guys watch or finish that?
No, I
think I
never
finished it.
started it.
Phenomenal. It
I-
was
I remember-
completely-
Yeah, it was okay.
I remember you selling to me as like the trashiest
Oh, yeah.
soap opera
yeah,
you could
oh,
watch.
yeah.
Ryan Johnson, yeah.
And I'm like, sometimes that's just fun to watch.
It was that's all it was.
Very pulpy,
It was
yeah.
like, I don't have a Kardashian fix, but it was like it hit that. It's just like
Oh,
I'm
if
in.
you
Well,
want-
you should watch
yeah.
the OJ one.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have.
well, no,
Kardashian-
I have no
I
interest.
did watch
in that.
one.
I have
Well,
no
that's
interest in watching that.
Dude, that's exactly the.
oh
itch
well,
you're
this
talking
is
about.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't mean the Kardashian. I mean just a very pulpy. Like it's really good.
And the Kardashians show
Yeah.
up in it.
well, I'm sure they do because you can't get OJ without a
You get this
Kardashian.
really like ham-fisted, like oh look, the Kardashians are getting addicted on fame in this thing.
Right.
It's like, oh god.
The KCU. Okay, all right. I don't know if we're gonna necessarily come back and talk about it again, but
Yeah, probably not.
it's a good check out for me. I don't. I hear what you're saying of like maybe this is like a little too much Nixon at this point, but I think this is kind of a fresh perspective at least, or at least like I said, it's way more fun than any of the other movies we've talked about.
Oh yeah, it does. It is not taking itself seriously.
Right. Even though I think like
It definitely has a message to send,
Yeah.
but like it's doing it through satire.
After-
yeah,
rather
it's a
than
satire.
After this is over, we'll need to rate our Nixon era
Nixon verse.
Oh,
our
God.
Nixon era movie / TV
Into
programs.
the Nixon
here.
verse. I'll do it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I could think of about 7 right now, probably that are.
Yeah, man.
Does Watchmen
We'll do
count?
it. You know, well, no. Well, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do that in the end.
Okay.
Quick hit right there.
Oh God. All right.
Shall we move on to the
Yeah.
main event?
Main
here?
event, which 2 of us saw.
Yeah, right. Such a letdown.
I'm sorry.
I don't-
was very busy.
I don't think we're gonna have a lot to talk about, or maybe not. Maybe you will.
So we'll do We'll do spoilers now.
Yeah.
Let's
It's-
just disclose. We'll do spoilers.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Directed and written by James Gunn, as has all the other ones been.
Seems to be his last MCU movie.
Yes.
Yes, before he goes to the wonderful world of Detective Comics.
Starring your usual cast of characters: Karen Gillan, Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, voice Vinny,
Bradley
Bradley.
Cooper.
Bradley Cooper and Palm.
Ooh,
I always forget how to say her. She is
Oh.
the exact same age
It's like
as me, though.
Blomkamp.
is she?
She was born on the same day as me.
No, Blom.
We
I-
shared
Wow.
the exact same birthday.
Wow, that's like
Same
my Brooks
year and
Koepka.
everything.
Okay, so starting the cast of Guardians, we get an addition of Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Honestly, forget his name. Eyebrows, but
Will Poulter.
Will Poulter. Yes. So we
Yeah,
get
so
the addition of that.
I-
It was
I will-
teased at the second
yeah.
end of second Guardians.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I shall call him Adam.
Part of the Sovereign.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's not really the big bad. The big bad is, I think, invented for the movie. Am I wrong?
No.
Or is he in the?
What was
okay.
What was his name?
The
I forgot
oh
the name.
God.
The the Evolve the Matrix.
That's how we seen this movie yesterday. We forget the villain's name.
Can I speak to sort of the half remembering a lot of things?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
When year did Guardians of the Galaxy come out?
First one?
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to say
That's
2010,
like
right?
2014 or
2014, Sam. Got that
jeez.
right. Bam! So that's 9 years ago. And so we have that. We have Volume 2. We have essentially Infinity Wars and Endgame, which they're in not super long, but they
Infinity
are
War.
The High Evolutionary, by the way, is the bad
high
guy.
evolutionary, and he's in the comics.
Yes, he is.
So yeah, I feel personally, now granted, like I'm not one who goes back and rewatches these really anymore. I just found myself being like, wait, what? I don't even remember this plot point. Okay, this is gonna sound really bad. I forgot everything that happened about Gamora in Endgame. I thought she was still dead.
Oh, yeah, no.
I've seen Endgame.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I was like, why did they spoil that she was back alive in the trailer? Yeah, and I don't know. There was other things, this is being really picky. I just feel like a lot of these are I have to remember 2 hours of my life 9 years ago, and I'm not really gonna recall all of these things. Stuff like Mantis, I forgot was actually Star-Lord's sister.
yeah,
half-sister,
that was
whatever.
the holiday special that came out recently. That was
Because
announced then.
told that she was Ego's or
Yeah,
daughter?
I thought that was
she
in the
came
movie.
out.
I thought that was in the
said
movie.
that.
No,
Okay.
that was from the holiday special that she
That
said
was.
that.
Fair enough.
Because
And,
at the end, he was like, "That's the greatest."
Oh yeah,
Christmas
I have a
gift."
sister. Yeah,
I have
that's
a
right,
sister.
yeah.
And then
It wasn't just Kevin Bacon.
yeah, and then I was even the Cosmo the dog. I was like, what?
This is in the first one.
And the second one.
Right at the end though, the credits, right?
No,
No,
Cosmo's in with the collector.
But she doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the first one where she does talk. And
Well, she
she's-
talked in the
holiday special, yeah.
It's just a lot of fragments that I'm like, does this make sense? Does this not? For instance, when Star-Lord at the end, big spoiler, when Star-Lord at the end was freezing in space, why didn't he just put his Star-Lord thing on?
He never wore it this movie.
Yeah,
He never did
So
it in
just-
this movie.
yeah.
Because in the first one that happens to was it Gamora, and he puts it
And
on.
yeah,
her.
he does.
Right.
But he does it in this movie. He doesn't actually have it, which is I thought
weird.
I thought about this whole movie. I'm like, why does he have his mask, right?
Yeah, was
Because
that
they set up a scene where he's like ready to jump and off something. I'm like, he's gonna put his mask on, right? And he has his feet.
It was a great scene in the first one when they're playing, "Escape" by the Pina Colada song.
Yeah, right. I don't know why they didn't do this. They changed the uniform like they do. Marvel does every movie.
Sure.
So why not incorporate some facial attire to that?
Here's I think this movie was fine. I don't know how bad it got the last few movies. I didn't really see them. I didn't see Quantumania, so I can't be like, oh well, this is a bounce back. Chris, you could probably speak to that more.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I wish the movie was kind of more fun, like more Guardians of the Galaxy fun. I did like that the stakes weren't, although then they sort of ended up being a world being destroyed, not necessarily the world or the universe, but like a world. So it kind of got raised again, but it was more personal. It was more like about like Rocket and all that. But part of that too is like, okay, we're gonna have some like cool action scenes and stuff, and then we're gonna like go chill out in like this like animal cruelty story for like 10 minutes, and then like we don't have like Bradley Cooper with like funny one-liners, and like felt the movie kind of suffered a little bit for that.
So, okay, counter to this, I actually thought this was good.
Okay.
I thought it was good. It wasn't great, but comparatively to, like you said, the other movies, like Quantumania, Madness, Eternals, definitely, and what the hell was the other one that came out?
Thor.
Like this is referred back to good Marvel. I think this referred to it was good Marvel.
Closer to me, yeah.
If anything, it's definitely good Marvel comparatively to the last 5 movies. Mm-hmm. So, I like that. You're right that you don't get. We do go down this like animal cruelty / I don't want to say PETA advertisement, but like PETA pleasing.
Oh yeah, and
don't get me
they praise this movie.
I'm sure
and
they
don't
would.
get me wrong, it's like affecting, and I think it in like the micro it works. Like I'm never like this is ridiculous or whatever, but it's also like you keep dragging me out of the movie to like show me this, whereas like if that was like I don't know, like 15 or 20 minutes, like I don't know, maybe like the 8-year-olds would kind of tune out, but like maybe instead of like sucking me back in all the time, it would be a little bit better, because they sort of frame it of like something bad happens to Rock in the beginning, and like his life's threatened, and they kind of go on this thing, and we get these flashbacks about his life as it goes on.
Yeah. So with all you're right. I would say that with all the flashbacks and kind of references to his connection with the high evolutionary, because there is that connection between the two of them, but the conclusion to that is, you gave me a lot, but then there's just
Yeah.
in the end, and whatever. To what it's worth, like you are trying to tie up a major trilogy here. Let's face it, you are trying to tie up some of the last remaining favorite Marvel characters,
right,
that are still around, and that's heavy responsibility for all. Like Captain America tried to do it, Iron Man, they all tried to do it, things like that. But I think you're right, that payoff in the end was kind of like, it's fine, whatever. Why did you take me for this journey? I get it. I've also realized I'm very emotionally disconnected from any like animal cruelty. I don't know why.
It doesn't.
Chris hates animals.
Like I don't know why. I know it's sad.
You were
and I'm
really pissed off at the end
just,
when they went back for all the animals.
No.
After saying only higher life forms, and then they had to release all the animals.
Well,
too.
no, I like that part. It's just you hear people like tearing up in the movie theater behind me, and I'm just like, I know I should be crying, but either it's wicked late at night,
it was sad,
and I'm
like,
just a parent, and I just
Yeah.
am tired. I want to go to sleep, or I don't know. Something was wrong when I was watching this movie, because anytime like the gore scene in Thor that got me, because I have a daughter. That's sad. That got me. But this, I don't know why. I don't know. There's just something wrong.
Chris
I guess.
fucking hated Blackfish.
that whale could die.
But like going back to what you were saying, what I was mentioning is, you do lose the Rocket kind of one-liners that Bradley Cooper delivers, and his interaction with Groot, which is essentially gone because he's in a coma the whole time.
Right.
But it really does pick up with Mantis and Drax and
yeah.
Gamora.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does work well. The team,
those three
the
together.
team otherwise does pretty well. I think I miss Rocket, but also like Rocket's just a part of it. It's not.
Yeah, it's
just a weird
right.
use of Rocket, I guess, more than anything else. And
No.
also being like, the like wisecracking, raccoon is like the emotional like ballast of the movie. Is like a little bit of a weird. Like I wasn't like clamoring for the Rocket origin story. I just kind of wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Star-Lord's the main guy. You kind of need to know what's going on with him. Gamora has a very prominent role being, especially with Nebula, with, Thanos and everything. Like, obviously that's...
How do you like the way...
Like, we're not getting a
Gamora-
Drax backstory,
No, and that's fine because you essentially get a callback this movie to the previous one because he doesn't necessarily mention his daughter in the second one or
That's the first one
or
that he talks about.
it's the first movie
Yeah.
that he really talks about his daughter and his family and stuff, and then and it's essentially a callback to that because at the end he's trying to I forget what I think he's staying
He's trying to,
on-
like,
he's
guide
staying
the
on it,
children or
but he's trying to
something.
like be a parent and
Yeah.
kind of guide them whatever it is, like
Yeah.
you get that, and that's nice little tie in there.
I also forgot Nowhere was a spaceship.
Sort of.
It's
It's
sort of like a dead creature that
it's
they
the
just-
head of a celestial,
Okay, right.
right? Yeah.
I thought it was body.
God damn it.
No,
Why do I
yeah.
know what that actually means?
No.
But how do you like the way Gamora's tie out was? So Gamora obviously is brought back from not brought back, but she's like
She's a
the
Ravager.
bad, and she becomes she's bad, and she's not the same Gamora that Quill fell in love with and all the
Yeah.
other stuff. Do you like the way it was kind of tied out at the end?
I forget, what was the resolution at the end?
not that she just like becomes happy in life,
Yeah.
finds happiness.
I guess. I mean, I think they were like trying to play up a lot of it with like Peter and her, with Star-Lord and her. I mean, obviously there's like a romance connection there, but like, it wasn't like what I was super interested in the movie.
Yeah.
I did love how we got all of the like the James Gunn like crew between what's his name, Nathan Fillion,
Yeah,
and,
that's right, yeah.
his girlfriend, and even the bad guy is the guy who's like the boss in
And
Peacemaker.
yeah.
Which trying to figure out where I saw him from, and yeah. And a couple others too. I think. Well, obviously his brother's in it. Plays actually kind of a big role in this compared to the other movies.
Is it big?
whatever.
It's the same. It's similar.
More so, yeah. I did love the thing with the dog. The dog that worked for me.
Yeah, right. Like the simple things kind of worked best in this.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. The stuff like don't try to think too hard about it. Like the whole, yeah, exactly. Like the whole like big picture with Gamora like wasn't exactly as effective, but like I don't know. I like some of the fight scenes too. I mean, look, it's all CGI, whatever. I don't care. Like it's silly space stuff. Like
Yeah.
this is fine. I mean, I know I literally made the critique of like, there's too much space in Marvel, but like this is the silly space one. Like this is where it should be.
Yeah. This is where it fits.
Yeah,
This is where
and he
it
does
fits.
it well. I'm really glad we got to see him, James Gunn, do this like last one here.
Yeah, and it was definitely a last hurrah movie, and you felt that as you were watching it. But it wasn't. It was lighthearted. It was serious at times, but it wasn't like it didn't feel rushed. You didn't feel like it was too long.
The whole thing with him with Star-Lord going back to see his grandpa was like, okay. I mean,
It was just nice closure.
I guess
It was a bookend because literally.
I guess, but
that's-
now he's gonna be back. I guess.
Yeah, big thing at the second post credit. Did you stay for that?
Yeah, I did.
Did you
which-
really? Oh, I left. I had looked it up online. There's
I
no way.
wish I-
11 minutes of credits.
I wish I left, but no, I stayed.
Yeah, so he'll be back. Yeah, I mean, sure, I get it. We have a new team now, new Guardians team. So
Do you think we're ever gonna see that team though, or is he just gonna show up
no,
in
that's
Star-Lord?
it's just gonna show up as the team or whoever will show up in the new Marvel movie,
Right.
And that's it. We'll be done with that. Because I know what is it, Drax and Gamora. They're not doing Marvel anymore. They're done.
Retired.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
So I mean, you're not.
I
Gonna
can't
see
imagine.
Gamora,
Well, maybe Karen Gillan, but it seems like that arc is kind of done too.
right? And
So- And kind of it's like-
Mantis too.
Why are you gonna have Nebula if you're gonna not have Gamora? You know, so we're kind of
And why,
even though there
why
isn't
have
a
Gamora
lot
if
of,
you're not going to have Star-Lord? You're like, yeah, that's a weird
Right.
interconnection between the whole team.
Yeah.
Like, why have Groot without Rocket? It's weird. At that point. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing more, but I'm like, this is fine. Just we're done. Let's go. We
Yeah,
don't need to
if
bring
I
it
did-
upon.
yeah.
Bring it back. Kind of nice. I'm kind of okay with this. Like, I actually enjoyed this movie watching it. It was nice to see Marvel kind of back to its. Like,
Yeah, it
you're
was
giving me
better-
a decent product here. I
Better
like
than the
it.
second one, I think.
Yes, I think it's better than the second.
Yeah, and I can understand when people are like, this is one of the better ones in a while. And I'm like, okay. I mean, my thing has always been, it's like, we're arguing if it's a 7 or a 7.5 or a 6.5, Like,
Yeah.
it's not,
Yeah.
it's not like it's a
you're
wide
right.
range, but this is probably, I don't even know if it's on the higher end. It's just we've been so low for a while.
Yeah.
Kind of like underperforming. Speaking of underperforming, has not
right.
done great at the box office.
No.
$186 million opening, and they're talking about like what the drop off was with like Doctor Strange last year, and if that like repeats, that's gonna be very bad. We'll see how it comes in. But it's no Mario, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know, Marvel. You're right. Marvel might have. The next would be the Marvels, right?
Yeah, and the Marvels. Even if that movie's good, I don't think people are gonna go see it. I mean, not like people are gonna like it's. I would be shocked if it's. I think it's gonna be on the lower end of like where the movies have been, just because of. I don't know, just how people are.
Yeah, it's
Good, bad, or indifferent. I don't think there's like a lot of buzz or people being like, "Give me the Marvels now."
No, right? But unfortunately, like every time I see this trailer, I'm like, I want to see this.
Oh, I definitely
Yeah,
want to see
it's
that.
it's
drawing me.
starting. Yeah, it's starting to win me over a little bit.
I did watch Ms. Marvel, by the way.
Oh,
did I
did
tell you
you?
guys that?
No.
I watched it. It's six episodes.
Yeah,
It's
no,
quick.
I think I made it through half of it.
It was quick.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. But I don't know. You're right. I think if Marvel's this doesn't do so well, then I feel like something's gonna have to change, right? You can't. I don't think Disney can just keep churning these.
No,
out.
Well,
it's going to get down to the
yeah.
point where they're going to have to release like one, maybe two a year.
Well, I'm
Really
curious.
slow things down and
See what happens with like the TV shows.
rather than doing like the wide scope of stuff, like really focus on smaller stuff.
Yeah, stop making it so interconnected. Like, just
Yeah.
try to like put a couple movies together that are like cool and like
Good.
yeah.
Focus on focus on scripts.
Like, I don't think
wait.
That's easier said than
I don't
done.
think
Oh,
Kevin
wait,
Feige's I don't think Kevin Feige's losing their job, but like
No.
yeah, Sean, I mean you had brought this up, or I don't know, somebody had brought this up earlier of like is this actually kind of funny that it's like going to be a weird time with like kind of this confluence of the writer's strike and things being very shaky right now, Jonathan Majors, and not going the cancel meter is not going in the right direction for Marvel on that one. And then just the movie's just kind of like tailing off here. Like you wonder if there's that impetus now for like, I don't want to say reset, but like a rethink maybe of like,
Everybody heard me say reset button, right?
I got
Yeah.
that quote.
Yeah. There's a superhero movie for you.
That's
I
a
think
great one.
nobody knows about.
You keep looking at. You keep looking at the scenario where it's, do you try and fix it with new characters, or do you
Yeah.
try and do a reset with casting?
If you do a
New ones
reset,
again.
you could go ultimate.
you got the box office bomb gem, you got the writer's strike gem, you got the cancellation gem.
Impending recession.
Yeah, you just need the recession gem, and then I don't know what else.
Then you need a finger snap from Kathleen Kennedy, and then
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking,
all
like,
over.
you know, because I was listening to something and someone was confusing, or, you know, someone who's not as in the weeds at all with the Marvel stuff of like thinking the Will Poulter's character, Adam Warlock, was the Firefox for who was.
Oh
Harry,
yeah, Star Fox. You mean
Yeah.
Harry
yeah.
Styles?
Harry
at
Styles
the end of
at the, yeah.
Eternals. Yeah,
Which, like, like that hasn't even.
that's got nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Well,
I haven't
it's
even.
like also if you think about it. All right,
Would that
so
have been an Eternal sequel or like its own thing or Guardians of Thor or
probably
something?
Guardians Thor? Kind of like if
Okay.
Eternals. So I look at it this way too. So since the pandemic of all the Marvel that's come out, one of the better movies that has actually come out was it
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and like it ends where it's like, oh, him and Aquafina character, like they're actually going to be and stuff. We have not even like heard from them.
Yeah.
well, who showed up? The
Oh, no.
Marvels.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel showed up at the end with
End
Wong
of
Shang-Chi.
what?
and Don Cheadle.
Well, at that, yeah, but like
No,
they haven't shown
They
up.
have not shown up. Those two actors have not shown up in or have been mentioned in anything else. And
Okay, all right. I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like we get like reports on Blade like every 3
Yeah.
months, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
I haven't heard anything about
Nothing
like-
about them.
Yeah, like you think a Shang-Chi sequel would have been like
Right? Yeah, I mean, okay, whatever you feel about was it Simu Liu, the actor?
Yeah.
Because apparently he is, especially on social media, just like horrible kind of person. Like he is not a nice person on social media. So like,
Who isn't?
yeah, no, he's like a special type of. He's like, oh god, the guy who played Cyborg in for DC. Like they're both like one and the same. Kind of like everyone hates me.
Oh yeah,
one of those kind of people. But like,
He has the case of the rock. He is like rockitis of like.
yeah. But like you don't hear anything about them being in any future projects. You don't hear about a sequel.
Yeah.
It's very open at the end of that movie that they're going to be in a lot.
Yeah, it was like he's gonna be one of the main Avengers, sort of.
But
deal.
he's in nothing.
Yeah, like he usually would have shown up in something, maybe
Right.
like an end credits.
Right.
thing, but
And there have been a lot of movies since that movie has come
Yeah.
out. And I like it that is one of those movies where I feel like
How-
Marvel has definitely overreached.
How many movies between now and the next Avengers?
Oh god.
Is that next? No, that
I want to
could
say
be
there's
next
like
year.
5,
many.
right?
Not
That's gonna
many.
be 24. No, 25 is the next Avengers.
Well, there was Blade
yeah,
that's
I think
supposed to
it's
come
at least
out.
2 years.
Yeah.
There was Blade that was supposed to come out. Then I don't know. Wasn't there another?
I feel like with Marvel, their hard hitters are aging out of Marvel,
Yeah.
and their young crop is not what they expected it to be.
I wouldn't even go that far. I think the name Marvel has budgeted things so they blew out the budgets on so many of the things that are just labeled Marvel, when in reality you could probably get away with, Captain Marvel's obviously it's a $200 million budget movie, but you could probably have gotten away with Shang-Chi with maybe 120.
Speaking of budgets, what would you think of the CGI?
That's been
It
under
actually
scrutiny
wasn't
lately.
that bad, but it was like standard Marvel. So
Okay.
what
Standard for what Marvel's been lately.
it's
sort
been
of, yeah.
slightly improved. I've noticed a slight improvement since the past 5 movies, but it's still like the same.
Yeah, I think it's
Just looks a little cleaner.
aided a little bit with like how sort of cartoonish the world sort of is anyway in
Oh, yeah.
Guardians.
Oh, yeah.
Not great. Flash movie, dude.
That looks
CGI looks dog shit.
awful, right? I think I told you guys that when the trailer first came out.
Yeah, you did.
I was so
Yeah, because
concerned.
we were like, we don't know if the CGI is finished
And this
yet.
in the trailer still anytime
showed-
it's noticeable anytime somebody's flying.
Oh, yeah.
It is noticeably.
They
bad.
released a still of like Supergirl or whatever. It looks like it's a fucking video game. Like,
Yeah, I like
even
I'm
the Batman flying.
Oh yeah, no, a lot of it looks.
And notice,
all the
notice
Keaton,
the
and Keaton
voiceover
just
is
seems
Keaton. It's not
Keaton
Flash.
just
The
seems so
voiceover
like
is Keaton.
sucked out of life too, like doing it. Like,
But he was so
Well, I
excited
bet you.
to do it.
I bet you they're just like, we need you to come in and do some voiceovers, or we need to do a couple extra reshoots because we got to get kind of Flash out of the movie a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't realize it was that Batman heavy.
well, I think
until this trailer, the most recent one.
I think the big thing is the marketing of like they can't have Ezra out there, so
Yeah.
like it's got to be Keaton.
Yeah,
he's got to
it's-
kind of
he
be in
has
the
to.
movie, or else
Yeah.
people would be really pissed. So
Yeah, and he's not going to be around for average like the red carpet or anything. So
yeah, let's any other final thoughts on Guardians 3?
no, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Scores.
scores
8.
8. Okay, I'm gonna go 6.8.
Okay.
That's
That might be a little unfair.
Yeah, that's very
That's
low.
just a-
but-
golf right there.
It's just a little. It's like, I don't know.
wow.
I try to find more than
I-
the standard flaws with this movie.
You know, I know we didn't go back. That's a little. It's more of a like low. It's like a 7.71.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 7.
We'll bump it up to a C.
Okay.
There's not a.
Six is a lot.
Let's
Six is like this is like bad in a lot of ways.
Let's
Right.
let's put it this way. There's no standout flaws like there were with the others. Like Eternals, noticeably bad flaws with the writing.
I have still yet to watch that movie.
And then it's like
you're
Thor,
fine.
I know.
Thor, like noticeably bad flaw
yeah.
with tone deafness.
Yeah.
It's like this one I just didn't find. There's nothing that came out and be like, this is just bad and wrong. It just this is Guardians. This is what
It does well in comparison to what has come before it recently.
Yeah.
You know? It makes it maybe seem a little bit better, but I think it's. I mean, I guess like hey, if it's okay and not bad, I guess that's an improvement. But
Yeah, that's the way for Marvel right now. That's
Yeah.
thumbs up.
well, if you like our podcast,
John's got places to be.
Next week, you guys. I don't know what you guys are doing. I won't be here.
Yeah, we'll discuss.
Oh man, we're gonna wait. Was it 2 weeks now to talk Susie?
That's why I was like a little upset.
Sisu?
Sisu. I need some Sisu.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
me-
wait.
Means Sam and I are gonna have to wait almost a month to talk
me and
Sisu.
Sean saw
It
it.
wouldn't
We
be
thought
that- it
we
wouldn't-
thought we were gonna talk it this week. And
Like
then-
it's not the first time any of us have had to wait a month to talk about something.
Yeah, but this
or
is-
like 3 months to talk
This is a
about
movie
something.
to talk about.
All right.
well,
Anyways.
coming at some point, but possibly not next week. Maybe we'll do a Con on Classic, a non-Chris Con on Classic, maybe.
Okay.
Harry Potter and the.
Oh, don't you dare!
yes, let's do all the
Don't
Harry
you
Potter
dare.
movies.
Anyway, if you like our podcast, you can check us out on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, also on YouTube sometimes, maybe.
No, we're on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. Leave us a review, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Adios.